Chapter 11 of the composition and magic virtue of rings. Rings, when they are opportunely made, impress their virtues upon us, insomuch that they affect the spirit of him that carries them with gladness or sadness, and render him bold or fearful, courteous or terrible, amiable or hateful, inasmuch also as they fortify us against sickness, poisons, enemies, evil spirits, and all manner of hurtful things, and often, where the law has no effect, these little trifles greatly assist and corroborate the troubled spirit of the wearer, and help him in a wonderful manner to overcome his adversaries, while they do wonder how it is that they cannot effect any hurtful undertaking against him. These things, I say, are great helps against wrathful, vicious, worldly-minded men, inasmuch as they do terrify, hurt, and render invalid the machinations of men, inasmuch as they do terrify, hurt, and render invalid machinations of those who would otherwise work or misery, our misery or destruction, all which we are neither afraid nor ashamed to declare, well knowing that these things will be hid from the wicked and profane, so as that they cannot draw the same into any abuse or privy mischief towards their neighbor. We, having reserved some few things in this art to ourselves, not willing to throw pearls before swine, and however simple and plain we may describe some certain experiments in operation, so as that the greatest mouth school philosophers may mutter or scoff thereat, yet there is nothing delivered in this book but what may be, by an understanding thereof, brought into effect, and likewise out of which some good may be derived. But to proceed, the manner of making of things of these rings is thus. When any star ascends in the horoscope, fortunately, with a fortunate aspect or conjunction of the moon, we proceed to take the stone and herb that is under the star, and likewise make a ring of the metal that is corresponding to the star. And in the ring under the stone, put the herb or root, not forgetting to inscribe the effect, image, name, and character, as also the proper suffume. But I shall speak more of these another place, where I speak of images and characters. Therefore, in making of rings magical, these things are unerringly to be observed as we have ordered. If anyone is willing to work any effect or experiment in magic, he must by no means neglect the necessary circumstances which we have so uniformly delivered. I have read in Philostratus's Jacarus that a prince of the Indians bestowed 7 rings marked with the virtues and names of the 7 planets to Apollonius, of which he wore one every day, distinguishing according to the names of the days, by the benefit of which he lived above 130 years, as also always retained the beauty of his youth. In like manner, Moses, the lawgiver, the ruler of the Hebrews, being skilled in the Egyptian magic, is said by Josephus to have made rings of love and oblivion. There was also, as saith Aristotle, among the Cyrenians, a ring of Bacchus which could procure love and honor. We read also that Ademus, a certain philosopher, made rings against the bites of serpents, bewitchings, and evil spirits. The same doth Josephus relate of Solomon. Also we read in Plato that Magus, king of Lydia, had a ring of wonderful and strange virtues, the seal of which, when he turned it towards the palm of his hand, nobody could see him, but he could see all things, by the opportunity of which ring he ravished the queen and slew the king his master, and killed whomsoever he thought stood in his way. And in these villainies nobody could see him, and at length, by the benefit of this ring, he became king of Lydia.